Hi, we're Diamond and Silk, and we love the Naked Truth Report.
Warning, the following program has been rated T for truth.
You can't handle the truth!
Oh, we think you can. Welcome to the Naked Truth Report with your host, truth warrior and mythbuster Kathleen Wells. The place where we distinguish fact from fiction, where data is used to drive points home, and where Kathleen takes the position that Democrats and black politicians have destroyed black America. Welcome to the Naked Truth Report. Now, your host, Kathleen Wells.
Welcome to the Naked Truth Report. I'm your host, Kathleen Wells. Yes, I'm here live. And we have a guest. My guest is going to be Trucker Buck, who I embedded with on the People's Convoy. Remember, I was supposed to go 2 weeks ago, last Wednesday, 2 Wednesdays ago, and I wasn't able to go to Barstow, California. So I flew into Indianapolis Wednesday, 2 Wednesdays ago. I was supposed to leave Monday, I think, yeah. I'm not sure of the date, but I flew into Indianapolis on Wednesday, 2 Wednesdays ago. And then I was in Monrovia, Indiana at the Ted Everett Farm rally. They would have a rally at each state that they would enter, and they would raise the flag again. And I met fantastic people, Americans that love America and understand the Declaration of Independence, that it's about freedom. We're supposed to be pursuing pursuit of happiness, yes. Well, and then after Monrovia, Indiana, then I got hitched a ride to Dayton, Ohio, and then I drove with Ben and Brad. They're with America's Voices. Is that America's Voices? Real American Voices. Then we drove into Lower City, Ohio, and that's where I met Tracy, and Tracy introduced me to Buck, who's been a trucker for decades, 35 years, I think, but he's going to be calling in about 10 minutes. So what I want to talk about before I talk about the People's Convoy is that, we have a new blog post up. That's why you want to subscribe to my website. Yeah, go and do it now, please, so that you get all of my blog posts. And the blog posts, I have many pictures, so you want to take a look at them. So please subscribe to my website, thenakedtruthreport.com. So before I talk about the convoy, I want to talk about how, this is something that Patrick Byrne said, that everything is coming out now. All the fraud and corruption, the data and the numbers regarding COVID. Okay. In fact, Steve Bannon had on his program, what is her name? I can't remember her name. It's at the tip of my tongue. Naomi Wolf. And there are 161 lawyers who are filing lawsuits. They're doing the homework, doing the research, and filing a lawsuit against Pfizer, yes. Naomi Wolf talked about it on the War Room with Steve Bannon. I was supposed to do an interview with Steve Bannon regarding the People's Convoy, but we couldn't coordinate our times properly, so I'll probably be on there at some other time. But I was also on Newsmax, Wake Up America, just for 2 or 3 minutes because they're obsessed. They're talking about Ukraine, Russia forever and a day. See, this is the manipulation of the American people. The media is being paid by the pharmaceutical companies to deceive the American people about COVID, about vaccines. So, yes, the data is coming out that millennials the deaths of millennials is like Vietnam level, at that level. All of this stuff is coming out. All of this stuff is coming out regarding the 2020 election also. As I discussed, I think the week before last, Dr. Shiva has done some data manipulation or data mining or something. He has something that makes it irrefutable. Also, Jovan Pulitzer has evidence that makes it irrefutable. Also, Georgia has just announced that they may be prosecuting folks for ballot harvesting. So we know that there are 3 issues that are clear fraud and corruption. The fourth is illegal aliens, but the three we know are the 2020 election, the COVID vaccine business, the poisoning is democide, the poisoning of Americans by pushing American citizens by pushing this vaccine, by mandating vaccines. And then the third thing is the Russian collusion hogwash. Yes. So this is what I've learned about the truckers. Aside from them knowing, listen, this is what I want to say. They are the backbone of America, the heart and soul of America. They're the working folks, working Americans, middle America, and they have common sense and wisdom. They said enough with the mandates. It's about the freedom of the American people. The government works for the American people, not vice versa. But the left, the academicians and the intellectuals don't seem to realize this. They think America is about diversity, inclusion, and equity. No. That's not what the Founding Fathers intended. The Founding Fathers intended the citizens to be free, and the government must secure the rights of the citizens. And in fact, the government is doing the reverse. Evidence is coming out now that the vaccine we knew this. We knew this all along because we listened to who? Dr. Sukrit Bhakti and Dr. Peter McCullough and Dr. Robert Malone. We knew when they were censoring and banning therapeutics such as hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin that something was shady. This is shady. We've entered shady territory, folks, when you don't, right? When you ban this information, I'm surprised people went out and even got a vaccine, right? And now Pfizer is still trying to push a fourth booster. So one thing that Patrick Burns said, who was a guest on the show, he said that they're using this Russian-Ukraine business as deflection, that all of the dirty business, all of the corruption, all of the fraud is coming out, and they're using Ukraine. They are willing to start World War III to deflect from the fraud and corruption that they've committed against the American people for the last, 5.5 years? Because the Russian collusion business was paid for by Hillary. It was a lie, right? That was a lie. They used that to try to get rid of Trump. Trump has the interests of the American people. So now we know that the left does not pay attention, and they're not very bright, and yet they pretend to be. They lack common sense. But the truckers have common sense, and they understand the Declaration of Independence. Am I wrong? They understand what the principles underlying the values of America are, which were laid down by the Founding Fathers. So go to my website, thenakedtruthreport.com, and please, Robert Hurt died. I'm looking at this in the headline news. See? People are dying. And you know that I just see this on the news. William Hurt, not Robert Hurt, William Hurt has died. And he's not that old. And also, remember, I read that Haley Barber, or if I'm pronouncing his name, Haley is his wife. And she was hospitalized because she had a semi-stroke. She had a blood clot in her brain. Now, this is what these people are finding out, that the vaccine, even though it goes into your arm, it leaks into all of your blood vessels and your liver and your brain and your heart. The number of people suffering from myocarditis and pericarditis is off the charts. And they're using the data from funeral homes and insurance companies. These numbers are off the charts of people dying. William Hurt just died. Hello? You know he took the vaccine. Well, this is one way of getting rid of that. I don't want to say that. You know what I was going to say, RJ, right? This is anyway, why don't I bring on Buck, who is my riding buddy in the truck. We rode from Lower City, Ohio into Hagerstown, Maryland, and I loved it. It was a great experience. I've always wanted to take a road trip, so I've taken road trip, halfway, sort of, kind of, yeah. So anyway, Buck, welcome to the Naked Truth Report. Hi, Buck.
Are you there?
Yeah, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So, Buck, you're on the Naked Truth Report with Kathleen. This is your riding buddy in your truck. Talk to us. Why did you support the People's Convoy?
Because it's the right thing to do.
Elaborate. Why is it right?
I looked at Canada and I saw what Canada was doing. And I supported Canada. And when we put this convoy together in the United States, it's the right thing to do. To bring out the truth. What more than 80,000-pound rig going down the road, 30 miles long, telling people the real truth.
And what
is going on.
What is the real truth?
The real truth is they're attacking our children with this poison, trying to commit a communism on our children, and enough is enough.
So where are you now? I know that the truckers are still going around the Beltway, and yet you left.
I had to come home to my business, but I'm still supporting them. I'm still with them, and we all have our own things to do. But I stayed as long as I could.
How many days were you out there from the beginning? You met them where?
Oh, I met them in Amarillo, Texas.
And Buck is originally from Campbell, Nebraska. Tell us how long you've been driving a truck, Buck.
35 years.
35 years, and why is it like? In fact, I sent you my interviews that I conducted with some of the. I also had an interview. I said on Newsmax. I sent you that. I had an interview with Terry Gilbert. She has a show on. I had an hour interview with her. She has a show on conservative TV. I think it's Conservative TV America or something like that. It's in my blog. Her name is Terry Gilbert. We had an hour interview, and I mentioned to her that you have devoted. Trucking is your life, and that you actually sleep in your truck. Talk about that. Huh?
Okay. Yeah. That's where I conduct my business. Basically, I do all my office work through my truck. Do everything through my truck. Live in it, sleep in it, eat in it, haul loads. Basically, that 18-wheeler is everything.
So did you feel like the convoy was was it successful? Do you feel it was successful?
Oh, yes, 150%.
Why?
We have senators, we have governors, we have people from the White House. Everybody wants to know what's going on, bringing people's not even just the people in the White House and, different states. We woke up mommies, daddies, and I have paper letters from young children saying thank you for donating my time to teach them what is going on.
Right. You had those letters on your dashboard, and I remember you said it touched your heart to read it, to read the letters from children. And in fact, when we drove across, when we would drive across the underpass, we would see, and I have some of those videos on my blog post at my website. We would see Americans on the overpass with the thanking the truckers. Displaying the flag, putting up billboard posters, and so on and so forth. So the conservatives, and this is one thing I interviewed with Jen and Grant on their morning show, and one of the things that they asked me was, how many were in the convoy? How many do you think were in the convoy exactly? How many trucks?
Oh, wow. trucks, tens of thousands.
No, there weren't tens of thousands.
I have no idea. I could not tell you. If I give you a number, it's a lie. A lot of them.
Yeah.
I mean, for somebody that's been around trucks all their life, it was amazing.
But I think it was more like a couple of hundred or something, don't you think?
Well, when we went through Oklahoma, they said we were 700 strong. That was from the state troopers.
Uh-huh.
Now, I know when we hit Illinois and passed Illinois, went to Indiana, I know we grew. We grew majorly.
See, I wasn't with you when you were in Oklahoma, but I know that some said that it was 30 miles long. So I don't know how many trucks would be 30 miles long. Do you know? I have no idea.
I have no idea how many. I mean, it's just completely amazing.
Now what? Now, when they had the leadership talk, I can't remember his name. I think his name is Landis. He met with Senator Ted Cruz and he met with Senator Johnson. And they have not put any timeline on this in terms of when they will stop making a trek around the Beltway. Now, the Ukraine-Russia business has taken up all of the media. So what do you think how long do you think they will be going along the Beltway?
Well, as I know, as Brian is saying on the media, that we're going to do it until what's the word? We get it done. We're there in Maryland until we get satisfaction.
Now, and they're at the Speedway or Raceway in Hagerstown, Maryland, and that's where I drove with Buck to Hagerstown, Maryland. They're still there. That's like their landing place, so to speak. So, what do you mean? What is the ultimate goal? What is the ultimate goal to get what are the goals that you want done?
There's a lot of goals I want, but one of the main goals is get rid of the mandate.
But and this
bring out the truth, real truth about what is really going on. What's really going on? It's a flu with a name.
Right.
Everybody gets the flu.
Yeah, because I think if you go to the peoplesconvoy.org, I said .com originally, but it's peoplesconvoy.org, they want accountability. They list their demands there. They want congressional hearings with accountability. See, everything is, this is about transparency. And the American people, listen, we cannot hold our government officials accountable until the truth is out. And the truth hasn't been. Yeah. So go on. What do you think? You think they're going to get that? You think they're going to get congressional hearings with transparency regarding this COVID business?
Yes, I think we're going to get it because it just ain't the truckers. It's also the people. And there is so many people want answers. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
They live in a microwave world where they only go to work and come home, do the family thing, and go back to work. They were just listening to the government. Okay, the government's always right. Well, wait a minute. What's going on here? Why are these trucks going down the road? What's going on? Okay, maybe there is some truth to it. Well, we started bringing people's eyes open. They're like, right. 78 years before they can tell you what's in that vaccine? Well, maybe it's just completely poison. Maybe they shot you up with poison to kill you. Who knows? 78 years before they can tell you? That's a little long. I kind of know right then and there when you're going to put a needle in me, what you're putting in me.
Now, did you
So,
take the vaccine?
100% no. And will not. And will not ever go get tested for that COVID lie.
Yeah, when were you convinced that it was a lie?
Right in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Right in the beginning, I was fighting the cold. I got sick. I was in Phoenix, Arizona. I got all kinds of heart disease, diabetes, and they were telling me that I'm one of the top ones to die. Well, I was kind of scared. I drove all the way back from Phoenix, Arizona to my doctor's. They put a stethoscope on me. Listen to my lungs. You don't got it. You're fine. Okay. Wear a mask. Stay home. Okay. I went home, drank a bottle of brandy, woke up next morning. I was fine. I was ready to go back to work. There's something ain't right. Then you start listening to everybody, listening to them, and start reading between the lines. This ain't right. I mean, you can go into restaurants to eat, but you got to have a mask to hit the table. Then you can take it off. And it's just all this stuff. We have lived with flus all our lives. I'm 55 years old. I've had flus all my life. Every year you have a flu, cold, whatever. And you know how to take care of the flu. You know how to stay away from people when you got the flu. No, this stuff is a lie. You can feed it to a kid and make a kid believe it. But a grown person that has dealt with life and been around the world many, many times. Okay, my favorite saying. I don't know if this is right to say on the air. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. Basically, that's what they're doing. They're trying to tell you a bunch of lies to cover up things. What are they covering up? Now they got the Ukraine thing going on to cover up another thing. It's just a cover up. It's a lie. Okay, you take a lie. You lie to somebody. You got to have 10 other lies to cover up that one lie. There you go. Black and white.
Yeah, this is what I've been saying, that this whole Ukraine-Russia business is like a deflection because we're seeing everything is coming out slowly about the 2020 election, about the COVID/flu business.
The election. Brandon's already said it was a lie. He didn't even win it. Trump won it. He come on right on news and said that. I mean, there ain't no hiding about that. That's right on TV, right out of his mouth.
When he said the election fraud stuff, we have the greatest election fraud mechanism or whatever. Is that what you're referring to when he said that?
Well, basically, I mean, take it the way it was. It was on national TV. I mean.
But hey, you can't believe everything on national TV, right? This is what we're realizing is that the politicians and media folks have been lying to the American people for forever and a day. They've been lying.
Well,
yeah, they've been lying the last 5.5 years for sure. But they've probably been lying before that for decades, right? This is what we.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're 100% right because used to be what was on news. It was godly. That was written right in the God word. Well, more I've been listening to news over the years and opening my eyes. Yeah, they tell you what you want to know. And the little trip to Maryland, okay, I'm just a truck driver, but I learn a lot. You taught me a lot. And a lot of other people there with TV or with cameras, they taught me a lot. They told me a lot. You're right. When it's live news, it's live news. If it's over TV, you might as well just shut it off because you're getting lied to.
It's lies. That's all they've been giving us, lies, at least for the 4.5 years. But, they lied about the JFK assassination. That's what I found out because I read Michael Calder's book, JFK versus the CIA. They've been lying. Everything's a lie. And it's all coming out, and Ukraine and Russia is just a deflection. They have no credibility. In fact, driving into the radio station, I was listening to Chuck Todd's Meet the Press, and he had Jake Sullivan on. Jake Sullivan, who is the national security advisor for Biden, was the one that was pushing the Russian collusion business that was paid for by Hillary. So they're corrupt. It's nothing but corruption. And I'm so grateful to have had the opportunity to write with Buck. Buck is originally from Campbell, Nebraska. Buck, tell us, why did you decide to get in the trucking business from the start?
I grew up with it. It's been in my family blood for years. That's all I know really is to drive a truck. I went with my dad and my brother-in-law for years. I mean, I've been in trucking for 55 years. It used to be a really honest, respectful job to be a truck driver. And everybody looked up to you. Because they waited for the food. They waited for their shipment. They enjoyed having you pull into their driveway. Nowadays, it wasn't for the convoy. I'm ready to get out. Because I'm done with all the hassle of the government. I'm done with all the people, the shippers and the receivers. And the cost to put one rig down the road, it's unbelievable. And now you got the fuel. You're paying almost $5.50, $6 a gallon. The cost of the fuel is tripled or quadrupled. One truck, I paid over $60,000 in fuel last year. $40,000 a year prior. I hate to see what my fuel bill is this year when it's this high and going up.
Right.
For one truck.
Yeah, and you own and operate. You're an independent truck. You own and operate your own truck, and you have a few trucks. And in fact, let's see, the American people don't. When we were in Lower City, Iowa, you were fueling up at the speedway there, and the gas, the fuel was donated, the diesel fuel. Oh, there's my music. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll open up the phone for phone calls. Are you open to taking phone calls, Book? I'm sure he is. He's open. So we'll be right back. This is the Naked Truth Report. I'm talking to trucker Buck from Campbell, Nebraska. I embedded with him all the way to Hagerstown, Maryland. We'll be right back with Buck, and I'm your host, Kathleen Wells of the Naked Truth Report. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome to the Naked Truth Report. I'm speaking with Buck, who's from Campbell, Nebraska. He's been driving trucks, I think, for 35 years. He's my buddy. I'm an honorary trucker now because I embedded with him from all the way from, where did we go? Lori City, Ohio to Hagerstown, Maryland. You were talking about the gas prices. Touch on that, how it's going to be so expensive for you now.
Well, yeah, it's going to be expenses on me, but the people of the United States ain't realizing that if it costs me 3 to 4 times more than what it used to cost, my trucking cost goes up. So when you go to Walmart or the grocery store or Menards or wherever you're going to go to buy whatever you want to buy, they have to move their price up accommodate for the trucking costs. You understand what I'm saying?
You passed in other words, you're going to have to go up on your expenses. You're going to have to charge more will you be able to charge more to carry a haul?
Well, going to have to. They're going to have to pay it or they don't get it. Because the trucking will just disappear. People will go bankrupt.
So when you...
It's just a matter of math. I mean, everybody goes through math in school. It's just easy to figure out. You go from 2 something a gallon to over $5 a gallon. It's pretty easy to figure out that math. Okay. I've got to go up on trucking costs because it's cost me from $200 to $500 to fill my tanks. So whatever you're buying or whatever they want to buy to build a house or whatever, or even simple steak or hamburger, it's going to go up. It just ain't the trucking, it's the farmers too, because they got to run their trucks, their tractors. Most farmers that I know are dairy farms. They're compressed to milk the cows, runs off diesel. So everything is going to go up. Everything. So, okay, now the economy, people to afford this food or whatever, employers are going to have to go up on their wages. I mean, it's just a overgoing effect here. You move one thing up, everything else has got to go up.
And Biden is blaming Putin for the economy.
It's not Putin. It's Biden. It's Biden in the White House. Biden screwed up when he shut the Northern Pipeline down and all the government oil. When he shut all the drills down, all the pumps down, and the pipeline. There you go. What's going to happen? We have a supply of oil. We always have a supply of oil. But if you shut everything down that's making oil, you're going to run out of supply. But now he's got the wolves by what he wants. Now he can jack the price up because he's probably got stocks in the oil business. Because he's got family in the oil business.
Well, the media is covering for him. They're trying to say, first of all, they were saying that the belt, what is it called? The Keystone Pipeline was only 10% constructed. It wasn't completely constructed. But basically, the media is running cover for Biden. They're trying to say that it's Putin's fault and COVID that the gas prices are so high. But I don't think most of the American people who are paying attention, I don't think they're buying it. Do you?
No, we were supplying I don't know. But I believe we were supplying our own selves, and Trump was selling oil to other countries to get us out of the debt that we were in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's my theory. Everybody's got a theory. I mean, everybody's got freedom of speech. But when you start shutting everything down, there's a problem. Because I drive across Texas, Oklahoma, and the only only pumps you see pumping, it's not federal land. It's owned by United States people. It's pumping oil. But that's not enough oil. So now he can raise the price. That's my theory. Everybody's got their own theory.
Mm-hmm. But they're complicating it. The bottom line is that things were better under Trump than with Biden on all areas, in all aspects, and we can see that. Why don't we, you're open to taking phone calls?
I guess. I've never done it, but yeah, we can try it.
Yeah, let's try it, Buck. Okay, so why don't we take a call from Linda? Hi, Linda. Welcome to the Naked Truth Report.
Hi, Buck. Since the convoy is still going, and you guys are, or the truckers in the convoy, they're protesting against, the vaccines, they should also add protest against the high prices of gas, saying what, you both just said, with Biden blamed Putin while Biden shut down the Keystone Pipeline and won't allow any drilling. Put it on the other side of the protest sign or whatever. Where one side says, against the vaccine, the other side against the high gas prices. And why?
Is Buck still on the line? You still? Oh no! Why did he hang up?
What happened to him?
No, I can't. Okay, Linda, I think Buck came in. We have to get him back on the line. Buck's back, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Why don't we take a call from Brent now in L.A. Hi, Brent. Welcome to the Naked Truth Report.
Hi, Kathleen. I wanted to thank you and Buck for your part with the Freedom Convoy, or what I'm calling now the anti-CCP fascism convoy, and your exposure and Buck's exposure clearly of the poison jab, which I've been calling the genocide jab, and which Dr. Vladimir Zelenko is calling the death shot. And so I think it's so important for us to get out that message that it's not simply about freedom, which truly, it's illegal and unconstitutional to force this, but what they are forcing is poison. They are forcing a genocide jab, and it's a sterilizing element, especially for children. Hello?
Buck, you want to respond? He's back. Buck's back. Buck, respond to.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, respond to what he said.
I think he's very right. It's the poison of the jab. He's very right.
And in fact, I'm just looking at a United Kingdom study that has shown that the unvaccinated in the United Kingdom, recently it was 287 died who were unvaccinated, and of the vaccinated, 2,656 died. So there was a 925% higher death rate in those who are vaccinated than those who are not.
Yeah, we know it. Hey, listen, I've been talking about that for 2 years on this show, have I not? I never believed. I was before Joe Rogan talking about Dr. Malone and Vladimir Zelenko, and you mentioned Simone Gold and all these folks. I was on. Hey, go to my website, folks, and you can see, if you check out the blog, you can see the other interviews I conducted. One was with Terry Gilbert. I did a whole year interview with her. A whole year. Can you? I did a whole hour interview with her. But yes, I've been talking about this since the beginning. I never believed. Why? Because I'm able to do research on Rumble and BitChute, right? I don't just do research on YouTube or the mainstream media. So yes, we've known this has been a lie for a long time, right, Buck?
Yes, you're right. But get back to what he was saying. The people that are unvaccinated and died. What did they actually die of? We didn't hear about heart attacks. We didn't hear about diabetes. We didn't hear about strokes. It was all that, whatever you want to call it, was going on.
COVID, they said. They labeled everyone dying from COVID.
Yeah, but how many people died from other illness? Old, health issues that they've been going to doctors for years. Forget that. Now it's COVID.
And also, common sense would tell this to us, but the Pfizer and CDC emails that have been leaked show very clearly in black and white they knew the adverse effects and the deaths that they were causing. And so Naomi Wolf has acquired 161 attorneys to start pushing both criminal and civil penalties and liability.
Yep, and she conducted an interview with Steve Bannon just the other day on that, yesterday.
Yes.
Okay, Thanks, Brad. Let's talk to Brent. I'm sorry. Thanks, Brent. Let's talk to Carlos in Carson. Hi, Carlos. Welcome to the Naked Truth Report.
Good evening. Well, real quick, there's a lot of doctors who don't make the mainstream media who are saying that the protocols themselves in hospitals are killing people. First of all, the test is rigged. It's predispositioned to a greater probability of giving you a positive. So once you get a positive in a hospital, the CARES Act pays the hospital a certain amount of money. Then they put you on a drug named Beer, which many doctors claim is deleterious to the human organ. So that makes you worse. So they get another bonus, the hospitals. Then they put you on a ventilator, which ultimately will almost kill you. And once they kill you, you get the hospitals get a bonus there. And then when you die, when they write the deposition, they get another bonus. And when they send you to the mortuary gets a bonus itself. So it's a big money-making enterprise. But my question to Bob is, Bob, I really admire you. You're
Buck.
But yeah, okay. But my question is this: do you have actual leadership within your convoys to face congressional hearings and present your information? The reason why I'm asking is because historically, once the congressional committees start investigating it and putting out commissions to study a problem, they wash over the information like they did on the Warren Commission, they did on the Church Committee investigation of the CIA, they did it on 9/11. I mean, you name it. They're going to wash over all the information. That's the danger we face.
Well, you can wash over all the information, but when people see it eye to eye and actually put the question in your mind, what is really going on? After the question is in your mind, you start checking it out. They can do anything they want. Everybody's human. Everybody has the right to know what's going on. That's why it was called the People's Convoy. And no, I am not a leader of any of the convoys. I'm just a protester just like anybody else, but I'm 100% for them.
But is there a leadership among you guys, some kind of members that would be willing to refute any congressional findings? Because they're going to try to hide the real information. They're going to come up with their usual narratives. So you need some very astute drivers out there that will refute their findings and perhaps take it further.
Well, you go right to Hagerstown, Maryland, and you'll find a lot of drivers that will give you the truth. Like I said, the truth is out. The truth's been out. We just opened up people's eyes that was covered up by the government. And now the question's
Well,
out.
good luck.
Now
I
why?
admire your courage and your patriotism. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, the other thing I wanted to say is, the other thing I wanted to mention is, I forgot already. So let's go to the next caller is Rick in Hawthorne. Hi, Rick. Welcome to the Naked Truth Report.
Hello, Kathleen. How are you doing today, this evening?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Yes, former President Obama has COVID. and he's supposed to be super duper triple vaccinated.
Where did you hear that? I missed that one. Where did you get that?
Yeah, I heard it from Terrence Williams, the conservative comedian.
Yeah, I know Terrence.
He was there, and he put it on he put it on
Twitter.
He put it on
Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter, and that's what he put it on. And I'm like, and it goes by. I mean, that's just to prove that, how everybody be talking about, if you ain't vaccinated, don't come at my house. All of that, nada. Now people vaccinated can come at the house and spread it, and then who to blame then? I guess still blame the unvaccinated.
But
And
I
it's
haven't
just funny
seen
how they acting there. So,
that. I haven't seen that Obama has COVID. I check out social media. That's funny though.
yeah. and then you know how the liberals just like, well, what if me get my vaccine shots? I would have completely died. How you know? You don't know.
Say that again. Say that again.
You know how you know how the vaccinated when vaccinated people catch COVID, they always come up and say, well, if I wouldn't have got the shot, I would have died.
Oh,
You don't know that.
right. They say if I wouldn't have gotten the shot, I'd be hospitalized and died. Exactly. Well,
Yeah,
who knows?
exactly.
Right.
You know,
We don't
and they don't know.
Right. You have a question for Buck?
Yeah. The gas prices for truckers, just keep your head up and do what you can, my brother.
Well, we're doing. We're keeping our head up.
Is it a point too? If the gas get any higher, which I be able to do y'all jobs? You know what I mean?
Right.
He said if the gas continues to get high, will you continue to be able to do your job, Buck?
Oh, yes. I mean, I can continue to drive truck. It's going to be difficult. But, yeah, I keep driving. Because it's for the people.
I don't see the gas prices getting better either, even if things smooth out, I still think people keep their prices high. That's even food and everything. I don't think no one's gonna come down. What's y'all opinion on that?
Another 3 years before you see a fuel break. Should we change things in the White House? Till we change things in this world that turns some pipelines back on, then I think you're going to see some major fuel prices going down.
Yeah, because actually Biden said he wanted to get rid of the oil and gas industry. He wants us all to go green. This is the great reset. Okay?
No.
They want us all to get into, in fact, there was an article in the Atlanta magazine that said that if there's a nuclear war with, you see, they're trying to put fear in us again with this Russian-Ukraine business, and they're trying to place fear that there's going to be a nuclear war. And they say if it's a nuclear war, it's going to adversely impact climate change. Can you imagine? Okay, so the left lacks common sense, and that's what I like about truckers is that they have common sense. Why don't we take a call now from Irvin in Long Beach? Hi, Irvin. Welcome to the Naked Truth Report.
Do you need me to turn my radio down?
Yeah, maybe because
can you hear me?
I'm hearing some feedback, right?
Echo?
Yeah, echo.
Okay, let me see how to do that.
Well, you should have did it before you called in, Irvin, right? Just get your question.
Yeah, it's trippy situation right now. Oh wow! If we can't do the call, I'll call next week.
No, just make your point.
Well, what Buck was saying about the COVID-19 vaccinations and stuff and what have you, and 7-8 years before we find out what's in this stuff. And my question is this, and I'm cynical about the government. I really am. I never thought I'd get to this place. But my question is this. Is our government, we got to go on the record, is our government invested in our demise, in wiping out, the citizenry, if this stuff is killing us? That's the question, and I'll hang up.
Okay. You want to answer, Buck? Thank you, Irvin.
Well, I think...
You're welcome.
I think what they're trying to do is kill off the old folks because there is no more money for our retirements. The Medicare is wearing out. So if you get rid of all the old folks and the older generation, and all you got is good, healthy kids, but you put the poison in them, I don't know. I really don't know. I couldn't answer that. All I know is as many people that I have been around since I started the Convoy, sit down and eat with them, showered with them,
Wait.
Convoy.
Oh, I lost everything. Why is all my line? Oh, she's saying the phones are messed up. Listen, all my people got hung up. I don't know what's hanging on. I don't know what's happening, but I'll continue. And what did he say? What was Buck saying? That we don't listen. This is the great reset. And oh, there's Buck now. Hi, Buck. This is the great reset. And the great reset is to Bill Gates talked about it. The guy at Davos, Charles Schultz, is that his name? Talked about it. I don't think it's Charles Schultz, but oh, hi, Buck. Sorry, we got cut off. Okay, go ahead, Buck. Continue on about them doing this depopulation.
What I was saying is, here's a scenario you can look at about this COVID-19. Is all the people that I met, shook hands, ate dinner, shared a shower, separately, but, one right after another. All the contact that we had, all the people, I cannot tell you how many numbers it was, but it was a lot. Okay, I'm still healthy as a horse. It's been over 2 weeks. I just don't understand. If there was actually something going to happen, don't you think it would happen with all them people with no mask, no nothing?
No. And wait, they even had the Super Bowl. Didn't they have the Super Bowl and no one had on mask?
There you go.
In Los Angeles. And listen, and we were all at the event with no mask on. At the People's Convoy, it's hundreds of us and we don't have on masks.